Welcome to the riot.
Hi Hudson.
Howdy.
Hi Isaiah.
Hello.
You know how we have the liners where it's like the bands say their name?
Yeah.
We should do that.
Hi. Well, I mean, we kind of do every day.
What if we do for when we're not on the air? It's just one that's like, hi, I'm Nikki, I'm Hudson, and I'm Isaiah, and you're listening to RadioU.
Oh my gosh.
And it can play while Sydney's on. That'd be fun.
That's a great idea. What a random thought.
What a great idea, Hudson.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
record
you.
right after.
Guess what?
We have our production
Make it
meeting coming up
happen.
later. If
Bring
you would
it
like
up.
me to bring it up, I can save it. But
hi.
other than that, let's talk about the podcast.
This is your podcast for today.
This is the meeting we have about the podcast
True.
after the show.
So today we talked about how you can live in an airport for up to 3 months and not get in trouble for it.
I think there's a lot of layers to the story because a part of me is like, well, does he not want to go back home? Is that some of the issue with it? It's because he was in a secured part of the airport that he had the most problems with.
I know you said that a lot in the break, and I just kept thinking, but the non-secured part is so boring.
No, that's
There's
where
only like one
most-
restaurant.
Oh, well, it depends on the place that you're at. Yeah, I guess some of the food
Even the
is
big
fast.
ones usually have like one restaurant, and it sucks.
Yeah. All I know is that whenever you'd want to eat and you were flying in an airport, it was always some place that was on another like concourse. And so you guys
so
have to
far
go,
away,
get
yeah.
out of it,
And
go
it was
to
so
the other
expensive,
side.
too. Like,
That's
the
what I
food
don't
is so
understand.
expensive.
How
That's why
he was
I
able
think
to
he doesn't want to go
afford.
home. He's just trying to stay longer.
Yeah, I don't know how he
anyways.
does it. I don't know how he did it, but he got away with it.
Well,
he
what-
has other crimes, but he got away with the airport part of it.
He's still in trouble.
Yeah.
We also talked about a man who was nearly doing the opposite. He was saving money on food by going to Six Flags every single day.
He's an inspiration to us all.
You can find him on TikTok. He kind of documents each day that he goes.
Oh, really? He's a little TikTokadeer?
Yeah. Well, that's why they wrote the article on him.
Yeah.
That's where he found the fame.
I think there's a lot to learn from him, and I just don't know how we in our area can take advantage of
I
the
can tell
lessons
you.
he's teaching.
It's only if you have like your family and you go home to your parents.
Exactly, yes. Live with your mom and dad, and
that's
you
not
can eat
even
for
living.
free.
They would love for you to come home.
Yes.
They will do a lunch, dinner, and a snack, and
yep.
free drinks because you just go to their garage if they leave them in the garage, and then just go home to your place.
That works, except mine are very far away.
I know, yeah, not for yours.
Anybody want to volunteer their parents? I know you guys have parents
No.
nearby.
No, my parents are at work, but my grandmother does live like 5 minutes away. So if you want to eat soup every day for lunch, you can go hang out with my grandmother.
It is the right time of year for such things.
Oh, yeah.
Aw. Now we did talk. I don't know. Did it make it into the podcast about renting a grandparent?
Yeah,
Yes, it did.
It did.
You might not be able to rent one, but you could get one for free maybe if you uproot everything and move.
It's near Indianapolis. Isaiah, can you vouch for the Indianapolis area? Is it worth moving to, especially if you get a free grandparent?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Indy was
Really?
so much fun. I loved Indianapolis.
What's so great about Indianapolis?
I don't know. It's just like Columbus. It's very similar to where I live now. So I don't know. It's a nice place. I
just
lived there for 4 years. I'm going there this weekend.
A nondescript
I will say,
Midwestern
though,
city?
Yeah.
It's not there you're moving to.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you're not
nearby.
moving
It's
to
a suburb.
Indy.
It's a
I
suburb.
can vouch for Indy,
Yeah.
but
This is a small town in, I think, southeastern part of Indiana.
Yeah, maybe it's close enough, though, that you could hang out in Indy. Or maybe you just like the small town
All
lifestyle,
you need
especially
is
with free grandparents.
One rent a grandparent to drive you
Yeah.
Yes.
to Indianapolis, you'll be fine.
we talked about that. We also talked about remote workers and if they should feel guilty about the lifestyle they live.
You mean if you're
In
sick?
general?
If you're sick. Or in general. I mean, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think that you guys are doing awesome.
I
And
think
I'd say
Isaiah
that.
is jealous is what
I am
think.
jealous. I'm
Yeah.
severely jealous,
It's
and
because
I
his
hate it.
roommate works from home in a
Yeah.
very
And he
sweet
doesn't do
setup.
anything.
Yep.
He does
Yep.
nothing.
He sees how good he has it.
Yes.
One day your roommate's going to be found out, and
You
it's probably
pick-
going to be you telling
Yes.
someone. and
Someone's
he'll
going
get
to tune in
fired.
and they're going to be like, wow, Andrew does nothing.
Don't tell his name.
Only first names only. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That was just a pseudonym.
Yes. It's his nickname.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. We should be in a bit, depending on when you get the podcast to listen, be doing an after show for lunchtime today. So if you're in time, or if not, you can just watch it after. Head over to RadioU Riot on Facebook or our YouTube channel. We're trying the ghost pepper chicken nuggets from Burger King and the Arby's boneless wings.
Now we're talking.
Yes. All right.
We're
Sometimes
eating
it
hungry
sounds
now.
stupid when we say it out loud.
I love it.
But we got an after show. We're going to do a food fight with that.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everything you love about the riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
One of the things everybody has been talking about in the last 24 hours or so is the new trailer for Lightyear. Did you know this movie was even coming out?
I remember them talking about it because I remember the Chris Evans stuff.
You do?
Because they had said that he was going to take over. And that had started the controversy.
Yeah.
And now you actually have a trailer for it.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop because I don't remember anything about this. So it's a new trailer for, it's called Lightyear. It's coming out in June of 2022, and it is a Buzz Lightyear origin story. And for some reason, starring Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear, even though he's not Buzz Lightyear.
So they're saying, well, okay, there's a couple of sides to this. One side is, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Some people say because of his political beliefs and things like that Disney doesn't want to work with him anymore as Buzz Lightyear. So you have that side of things. And they're like, well, that's why they brought in Chris Evans. On the other side of it, people are like, no, this is the origin story of the toy that Tim Allen is. He's the toy of Buzz Lightyear, of this character, so it's okay for him to have a different voice.
No, both of those are wrong.
What do you think, then?
No, I just mean it's wrong if either of those are the explanation.
You think? That's the two main ones.
Reject them. Buzz Lightyear is Tim Allen.
I know.
As evidenced by... in the movies, when there's other versions of Buzz Lightyear, they're also voiced by Tim Allen.
That's
Even
true.
when he's speaking Spanish, which I don't think Tim Allen actually speaks.
I understand your frustration about this character, the voice change, because it's weird to hear.
So that's my first problem with it. My second problem is Buzz Lightyear is a toy. Toys don't have origin stories.
Well, they're saying the toy, though, is based off of this character in this real life and the origin story.
Why didn't they allude to that in any of the 4 movies? They had plenty of time to establish that.
Tim Allen wasn't controversial back then. They didn't need to have an alternate plan.
I'm getting tired of Toy Story. Can I just say it? I'm getting tired. And you know what, though? All that said, the trailer looks pretty cool.
You think it looks
Doesn't
good?
it look cool? It just doesn't make any sense, and I reject it. And the last 2 Toy Stories haven't been good.
That's true.
You heard me. Toy Story 3, not good. The worst of the Toy Story 4 is the worst.
4 was the worst.
Toy Story 4 is the worst. They've gotten, the first 2 are the good ones. That's all I'll say.
So the Lightyear movie, they announced that about a year ago at Disney Investor Day, and it will be in theaters on June 17. Because when I saw it, I thought, well, is this just a Disney Plus thing that they're doing? But it is supposed to be in theaters.
No, it looks really cool, and it'll be fun to... visually is all I'm trying to say. And I'm sure the story is fine, but it's just not really Toy Story. It's not real Buzz Lightyear.
It's not, and that's what they really want to point out, because if you want to have the humor or the style of Toy Story, this is not it.
Well, that's what I want.
It's a completely different look and a different sound.
Yeah, I want real Toy Story again.
Okay. Well,
or nothing. How about that?
I tell you what, why don't I post a comment on this article and say Hudson really wants the old one back.
It's just sad, though, because it's totally one of those things, you and me and everyone else is going to be seeing Lightyear in June of 2022, whether it's good or not, and whether it actually is Toy Story or Buzz Lightyear or not. We're still going to be it.
I think I can wait this one till it's on. I'll wait till this one's free.
I don't know.
There's going
to be pressure on you.
Nope.
Okay,
it was Toy Story 4. I know it's a different thing, but I can wait on that.
Actually, you know what? This is like a new version of how they make the Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella, and they remake them. And
live action and
people
stuff?
and girls that grew up watching that, it's like, I have to watch it because it's what my child. This is Buzz Lightyear. It's like you have to watch it because it's your childhood. It's the pressure they're going to put on you. It's like it's just what you like. It's just new. It's made for you to share with your kids. No, it's not.
No, you can wait.
No, it's not that. It's not the same. It's not right.
But you have until June to next year to say no.
Yeah, I'm saying no now.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this. He thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. RadioU.
Nikki, do you remember, it was actually all the way back in January, the guy who was caught at the Chicago O'Hare Airport because he was living in the airport terminal, and he had been living in there for about 3 months.
So this must happen every so often.
You think?
Because remember the movie, the Tom Hanks movie? Because wasn't that based on a guy who also lived in the airport?
Which
terminal one?
Is that what it's called, terminal?
I think so.
I thought that was...
It's not about, no, don't. It's
what?
not, no.
Somebody who's going to die.
No, that's not what it's about. No.
Okay, so it's not.
No, it's not.
That
it's
was
not
a different one.
The terminal at the airport.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever saw that.
So I don't think I recall this particular guy.
Yeah.
But it must happen. People must just be living at the airport.
Yeah, he apparently, if the details of the story I don't remember exactly. I mean, they're kind of laid out here, but he had flown in somewhere and then wound up never leaving the airport. and he was there for 3 months, and then they finally caught him after they realized. And so he has been in court this whole time, trying to, because they had thought that was illegal.
Sure, and it's not?
It's not. The
Well,
judge acquitted him
of that
charge, of the trespassing charge. So, in other words, it was okay for him to be at the airport for 3 months.
I wonder if this is the special word in this, a secured terminal. So if you think, he wasn't just running around the entire airport, he was staying in you've gone through.
Yeah, right.
You've gone
After
through
you got through the
security.
TSA. Yep.
So he stayed in that part of it instead of flying home to India, and now he's been acquitted of the felony trespassing charge.
Well, I feel like I don't even know how he was able to do this, just financially. How are you eating in an airport for 3 months?
That's a good question.
How can you afford to do that?
I don't know.
And
how can the airlines and stuff tell you, like, they force you to stay because they cancel your flight?
Right.
And suddenly they're not giving you a room anywhere, so you have to stay at the terminal. But otherwise, if they don't want you there on their terms, they'll kick you out.
Yeah, that's it's not a two-way street at the airport, apparently.
It's not.
But I guess I'm glad that he got acquitted. I don't really know. It's good to know that if I ever needed a place to crash, I can. Well, that wasn't good terminology.
You don't want to say that either?
No, but if I ever need somewhere to sleep.
Lay your head.
Yeah, to rest and grab some food for a month or two. Apparently, the airport is A-OK.
So the concern was, why was he spending it in the secured area? He made every effort, they say, to blend in as a passenger and an airline employee.
He knew what he was doing.
Exactly, until he was arrested. He's been in the United States for 6 years to get a master's degree in Orange, California. And then he boarded a flight from L.A. to Chicago last October. That was supposed to continue him home to India, and that's where he stopped.
I guess you'd have to pick the right airport if you were going to do this.
Well, O'Hare would be.
It'd be a good big one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the nicest airport, but at least it's big. If you went to the airport near us, you'd run out of places to eat pretty quick, and
they'd start to notice you.
They would, and they lock the bathrooms at like 9:00 now.
They do?
So, yeah, remember when I flew back?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I heard that story.
No, it was like 9:00, and I went to the bathroom, the only bathroom that, like, they only have 2 or 3, and I went to the bathroom, and I'm trying to walk out. They're closing the gate. They had to open the gate of the bathroom
to let you in.
And it wasn't like, we're just cleaning them real quick. It was, these are closing. Other people were coming up. It's like, nope, these are closed for the night. And I just barely made it out.
Well, I did not hear that
I almost had to live 3 months in the airport bathroom.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
I'm ready to move on from Halloween. I'm ready for Christmas.
You ready for Christmas? Or what about Thanksgiving? Are we just skipping right over?
Thanksgiving's great. I love Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving, but it's a part of Christmas now in my book.
I understand what you're saying.
And what has pushed me over the edge to be full-fledged ready for Christmas is candy canes.
You ready for candy canes?
I'm ready for candy canes, but not just any candy canes, guys. Hot dog candy canes.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
who would even make those?
It
Archie
combines
McPhee.
Christmas and your love of hot dogs.
Yes.
Your addiction? Is that what I think? Love. Addiction?
He thinks he's recovering from it.
Yeah, he's a recovering addict.
Back on the shelf for, it's probably getting close to a month now. I haven't had a hot dog.
And you're going to relapse just like this.
I don't think this counts.
Candy
I don't
cane,
think
that's
this
what does
counts at all.
Hey, guess what, though? You don't get them because they're out of stock.
What? No, come on.
No chance you get your hands on these.
I looked to go buy them. I'm not getting these on eBay from someone who's trying to flip these things.
Why not?
But the hot dog candy canes are from this Archie McPhee company, which we've ordered candy canes from in the past.
Uh-huh.
I think we got their mac and cheese ones.
Ooh.
And no.
Bad?
Yeah, bad. And not everything's meant to be in a candy can form. But yeah, these are the hot dog candy canes, but they're gone.
New for the Christmas season.
Yeah. Oh, they say you'll relish them.
I would have never perished
But
the
not
thought of
included.
putting relish
On a candy cane?
On a hot dog or a candy cane. Either of those is
So
not my style.
They have like the mint taste with it too, or is it
No.
just hot dog flavor?
It's just hot dog
Heavens
flavor.
no.
Just in the
Heavens no.
shape of a candy cane. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that's got to be disgusting.
It's got to be amazing.
No.
If you look into it, there's candy canes for almost every like food item out there.
And it makes you
They're
wonder,
all this
why did it
stuff.
take so long to make hot dogs a part of the collection?
Because it's an abomination.
It is
Yes.
not an abomination.
It
It's all
is.
of the deliciousness of a hot dog without the guilt.
Technically, a hot dog itself is also an abomination.
Yes, it's disgusting. People, if they thought they could make money off it, they would have made it years ago.
No, that is incorrect. They just hadn't perfected the formula.
Oh yeah.
They hadn't
They
figured
were
out
like,
how
what's
to
in this thing?
capture.
Like, how do we even make this flavor?
They-
They just put in so much random stuff into
They
it.
Well, let
hadn't
me-
found the magic
Let's
that
look
they
at some
needed.
of the other candy cane flavors we can try instead. There's the sour cream and onion candy canes,
Blah.
sardine candy canes, ugh, ketchup candy canes.
You'd have to eat that with the hot dog candy cane at the same
There's-
time.
Just ketchup? Like, why
Kale.
just ketchup?
Yeah, just ketchup.
Just ketchup.
Kale candy canes,
Ah,
pho, shiitake mushrooms, mac and cheese.
You can't say that on the radio.
Pho.
No, the one after
I
that.
was like, what?
Shiitake?
Yeah.
How
Shiitake.
dare you? Pickle candy canes. There's bacon ones too.
Ooh, bacon.
The only one I would
Bacon
try
could
is
be
the
close.
bacon one.
It could
That
be
was-
close.
Yeah.
that
Didn't you-
one-
have you had the bacon ones?
I think so. We did the pickle one though, I remember, and the mac and cheese.
You know what? We're just going to have to set up an alert so that as soon as the hot dog candy canes go back on sale, we're going to get them.
Now I can do that. Whose email
Sure,
wants
yeah.
to be
You know
put
what?
in?
Put it under mine, and I'll be sure to order them. I'll be right on that. I'll make sure we get them.
It's for the show.
No, don't worry about it. I'll put it in my hands.
You
They'll be here
promise
next
us
year.
that you won't ignore it
Of
when they
course
alert
not. Like,
you
I
that
would
these
hate
are
it.
back in stock.
I check my email so often, like I wouldn't miss it. There's no way.
You will never ever miss out on these hot dog candy canes.
No chance.
I cannot wait. Can't it just come today?
Well-
It kind of reminds me of like a dog treat, possibly. That's what I think it would taste like as a dog treat.
No.
Yes.
No, it'll actually, you might be right.
Yeah.
I've never had a dog treat. Maybe dog treats are good.
You never
Maybe
tried a
they're
dog
good.
treat?
No.
Never ate a dog
Really?
bone?
You guys have done that?
Have you never been to a sleepover?
One time I accidentally tried one because I thought my friend was handing it to me as like a fruit snack, but instead he was actually giving me a treat to give his dog, and I tossed it into my mouth,
You weren't thinking?
and it was disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrible.
Yeah, you should have been dared when you were younger to eat the dog treat.
This happened like a month ago, though. So
Well, are you still having sleepovers?
yeah, well, I was over at his house, and he was like, he just handed it to me and didn't say, like, give this to Bella, his dog. I thought he was handing me, like, a fruit snack that he was eating or something, because it was in the shape of a little star. Like, how didn't I know? And so I just tossed it in my mouth, and it was disgusting. And then another time, this was also like a month ago, Carly and I, my girlfriend, we were at the store, and there was, like, some of my dog's dog food that,
Yeah.
like, spilled. She's like, do you want to try it? I was like, yeah, I'll try it.
just spilled out at the
It
store?
spilled out of the store.
What's
and
wrong with you?
And so I tried it, and the one mistake I made was it tasted obviously terrible, and it was so dry, and I had absolutely nothing to drink. So the flavor of it just like sat in my mouth for like 20 minutes. It was
Were you
terrible.
picking it out of your teeth?
What it was gross.
Have
And
you
I thought
started-
I was like, why does Jim, my dog, love this
I
so
was
much?
gonna
It
say,
tastes so bad. No wonder he wants my food so bad.
Did you start questioning if that's really what you should be feeding your dog after
Well,
tasting it?
He likes it so much, like he loves it, but he also loves anything
And it's such
I would
a
give
good
him.
deal.
Yeah,
We
it's such a
started
great
this
deal.
off for the hot dog candy canes, and we're ending it at Isaiah needs to be way more observant
Yeah.
and say no sometimes.
Dog
just-
food isn't the worst thing in the world.
It's weird because I've given my dog plenty of treats, and sometimes the smell is tempting, but I've never,
smell
ever,
is tempting.
cat, dog food, none of it. Actually, you know what? I ate actual, like the Caesar's dog food, like the little tiny ones
Oh,
for
the
little
tin?
tiny dogs.
Oh, that's even more
No,
gross.
it was in
the
like a
wet dog
plastic
food?
thing. It was in a plastic thing. It
Nice.
was for the show.
That's
it was
way more
It was
disgusting.
during the fundraiser.
Hey, let's stop before we sound more ridiculous.
Yes.
to everybody.
It was during the
Wet dog
fundraiser,
food?
and I ate on
Isaiah,
that night
it's not
much
far off
worse
from what
things.
you ate.
I
Listen,
can
mine was
resurface
dry.
the video
It
of
was
that
dry.
one for you, Isaiah,
big,
if you'd
big
like.
difference. I bet that was disgusting.
I bet your wet dog food's way better than dry dog food.
Whoa! Get me out of here.
Hey, how about this? Pass on all of it.
Yes.
Unless it's for RadioU.
Then we'll only do it then.
Or if it's hot dog candy
Haven't
canes,
tried
then
it,
we're
hate it.
all in.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You ever, no. Start over. All right, Nikki.
Yes, Hudson.
Can we cut this?
No.
Why not?
You don't get to.
All right. It's live, isn't it?
That's
All
right. You're stuck with whatever you say.
Okay. Ready? Take 3.
Okay.
All right, Nikki.
Yes, Hudson.
What's your favorite aquarium?
That's a good question. You know, I really liked aquarium stuff when I was younger.
Yeah, same here.
Wanted to be a marine biologist.
Right.
I really liked SeaWorld when I was growing up.
Uh-huh.
And then, SeaWorld had the documentary about it.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I wasn't allowed to like any zoos.
I know. I
any
still feel a little guilt, except for the ones that are like huge, where all the animals roam free and you can only go in a car.
The safari stuff
The
you drive
safari
through.
ones, yeah.
And I feel like every time you grew up liking a zoo and now they're horrible.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's a loaded question.
It is.
And I'm probably going to just say, what aquariums?
I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, I liked the aquarium better than the zoo.
Sure.
Because it was inside. And the zoos near us maybe weren't the best when I was growing up, but we did have one of the best aquariums, possibly in the world, I still think. The Baltimore Aquarium
that
in
one is
Maryland.
good.
That one is a really cool, although like half of the aquarium is the rainforest, which I don't think should count.
Well, they have to fill it up with something.
Yeah, they do. But the other stuff they fill it up with is really cool. The rainforest part, not as much. They fill it up in the Baltimore Aquarium. They have a walkway where the tanks surround you 360 and you go down. It's like a big ramp, spiral staircase type thing, but it's huge. And you go down several stories, and it's just the same tank, so they can have these massive sharks in there and stuff. And that's really cool. And no other aquarium that I've been to has something like that. That's probably the coolest.
The most recent ones you and I have both been to would be like the Ripley's.
Which that one has some cool things too, but it's a lot smaller.
It's not bad, but it's one of those believe it or not aquariums.
Yeah.
So
it's
maybe
pretty
not the
tiny.
same.
Pretty tiny. But you know what? I don't think any of the aquariums we've been to can compare to the new one that will be opening up in Abu Dhabi. It's the world's largest aquarium.
Oh, I didn't know it was SeaWorld doing this one.
Yeah, it's a SeaWorld one, so you have to feel bad about it.
Well, still,
if you
it's
do
neat
go,
to see.
It is opening, they say, it looks like in 2022. It just entered its final phase of construction, and it is huge. It is 183,000 square feet. I can't get it. 100. Can we cut that? Let's start over.
Listen, you can't.
All right, Nikki. What's your favorite aquarium?
Let's do it all over
Let's start
again.
over. 183,000 square feet of floor space, 5 stories inside. Let's see. It has, I like this, an immersive ride detailing a visual journey. Easy for me to say. Can we cut that?
No, stop it. Just tell me the details.
From the North Pole to the South Pole. So I don't know if that's like a ride, it sounds like.
Not sure.
A lot of aquariums don't have rides, so that would be a lot of fun.
Well, if they do, they're very gentle rides.
Yeah. And then they have this thing, which sounds similar to what I liked about the Baltimore Aquarium, that they call it the Endless Vista. It's a 65-foot tall vertical window that spans several levels of the aquarium, so you stand in one place and you see a view of like 5 different levels of the aquarium
From one spot.
seeing all these
neat.
different fish all at one time.
It's going to be finished next year. They say it's about 64% complete for the SeaWorld Abu Dhabi. And next to it is the SeaWorld Research and Rescue Center. It's the United Arab Emirates' first dedicated marine research, rescue, and rehabilitation center.
Yeah, they want to remind you of that it's not just SeaWorld abusing the animals or anything.
Well,
they're also rescuing the animals so they can abuse them.
Oh my gosh, that's awful to say. You're like, it's right next door.
Yeah.
So bad to say.
Or are they rescuing them from SeaWorld? Is that what they're doing?
They're rescuing from themselves.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
and it doesn't, like, putting that aside, I still really like aquarium stuff.
me too.
And it looks
me too.
neat, but
And
I know.
It always feels like just for the smaller fish, like they must not have much of a problem, right?
It was really just the big stuff.
Yeah, it's the big whales. So
Yeah,
hopefully
okay.
they don't have any of those here.
The
Although
thing
they
to
are cool to
remember
see.
is we're probably never going to Abu Dhabi,
That's
so
right,
we don't
right.
need to even worry about it at
You
all.
know, it's tempting, but I don't think it will ever work out.
Sure.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I brought Isaiah in for this one. Isaiah, you're the type of guy, you like a good deal, right?
I love good deals.
You love a good deal. And you strike me as you may still be paying. You went to college, right?
Yes, I did.
You
yes.
may still be paying off student loans.
I might be a little bit, you know.
You may have a wedding coming up one day that you need to pay for.
Way down the line, yes,
Yeah.
possibly.
So
he might be saving money.
you could see yourself in this guy's shoes. So I thought I'd just like to present this option to you.
Yes.
It is a 33-year-old electrical engineer from Santa Clarita, California, and he goes by the name Dylan. Here was his plan. He bought a annual pass to Six Flags Magic Mountain, which is also in California. He bought that for $150. The whole idea was it allows you to get 2 meals a day there.
And a snack, I think.
So and unlimited drinks.
Yeah,
unlimited drinks.
He goes and will go pretty much every day and eat all of his meals, or at least 2 meals a day, the 2 big meals a day. He would go and eat at Six Flags Magic Mountain, so he didn't have to really buy much groceries at all, as long as he had this annual pass. So he was paying $150 a year to eat.
It's
Literally.
genius.
He's a genius.
It is genius.
And it makes me upset because I wish I would have thought of this first because I am a season ticket holder at Cedar Point.
You
Like,
are?
I can go anytime I want. I can get unlimited drinks, all that.
Yeah.
But I never thought to just go every day.
Yeah, but you don't live.
I
you
don't
have to
live 5 minutes
right
away like
next
he
door.
does.
Yeah, he says he lives 5 minutes away and he could do it like on his way to work or in between work and stuff like that because it was so convenient for him.
You go now to like the gas station to get like a soda. You're like, no, I'll be right back. I'm just going to Six
Let me go
Flags.
to Six Flags real quick for
Just
lunch.
gotta run in
I'll be
real
back.
quick.
Which
I
shows
wonder-
you how uncrowded Six Flags
Yeah,
is.
that's what I was
right?
thinking too. Like
Well,
he can just get in and get out like
I
this.
was-
Like how
You
long is
can.
lunch?
I was
can.
thinking that I wonder if he got so upset or if he would avoid it on like the busy times of the year where it's like, yeah, it's just, I know I bought this season pass just so I could eat, but it's not worth it to deal with the crowds today.
Well, I saw this guy on my For You page a while ago.
Yeah.
And first off, people were mad because they didn't want Six Flags catching on to this
Yeah.
as like an option. But then he would go every day. So he learned the times of the day and the places to go because he said he'd go at a certain time, ride one ride, go eat,
Yeah.
go leave, come back. And people said, well, isn't that unhealthy? Because,
Yeah.
Six
yeah.
Flags food.
You're eating a
That's the
hot dog and
one-
nachos every day?
The one question we have to raise, huh?
But he was saying how he would rotate and go around, and you can find different options of food
Yeah,
there. So
Dippin' Dots,
it
you
was
know,
good.
a little bit of
I
everything.
don't know if the Dippin' Dots, that feels like the one thing they wouldn't
Yeah,
cover.
you're right. That definitely
you
is
still
still-
need to pay $12
That's
for
still
Dippin' Dots.
$11, yes.
No, you get the snack as well. So you'd get 2 meals, and that was the whole year. So that was a super smart idea.
Yeah.
For $150, you could be, if you just took out the Six Flags part, no offense. I mean, Six Flags is maybe not as prestigious as it used to be.
But you know what? Have you ever been to the Magic Mountain, Nikki?
The Magic Mountain?
The Six Flags Magic Mountain.
I've never been to the Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Have you been? That's the one that our experience with Six Flags more on the eastern side of the U.S. is not the same as the Six Flags in Magic Mountain because that one has like the biggest roller coasters.
Yeah, but you're not there to ride
Actually,
the rides. You're there to eat.
Yeah. Well, maybe the food's good.
And all the Six Flags we used to go to are all long gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They weren't any good. They weren't any good.
I think I could easily do like Six Flags food every day though, because it's just like hot dogs, pizza, hamburgers. Like that's like everything right up my alley. That's what I
Yeah. prefer.
prefer. It sounds fantastic.
That's your menu anyways.
Exactly. Chicken tenders, fries,
Yeah.
like all the good stuff that everybody wants to eat every day.
Yeah, it sounds pretty nice. I think this guy was living a very smart life. Was, maybe still is. I don't know. But
I was going to say it didn't take that many years off.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's not dead.
Yes, it hasn't.
He's renewing his
it hasn't
membership
killed
for
him
next
yet.
year.
And if you've ever tried to save money, sometimes you just do things you're not proud of, but it does the trick. You save money and you deal with the health problems later.
Yeah. I'm impressed that he was able to put up the 150. Like that's somebody that's really trying to save money. It's probably because they don't have the 150 to dedicate all at one time to the Six Flags membership. Yeah, he
Smart
figured it
idea.
out.
He's a 5-minute drive away from the office that he's working at, and he got this idea when he was working as an intern back in 2014. And because he was so close, that's just what he started.
I have to. We each need to dig in. How can each of us take advantage of the system like this as well? I was thinking, I don't know if there's the right kind of pass, but I live very close to the zoo. Maybe I already have a membership, but maybe if I upgrade to one that includes meals, I could just live off of the zoo.
You go to the zoo every night for dinner.
Yeah,
You could.
there you go.
I only thought of like IKEA would give you free coffee.
You can't exactly live off of that, can you?
Well, I mean, you could get something out of it.
We could save a lot of money doing that.
That's good.
The coffee here already is free. So.
But your afternoon cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
And we, well, you already did your Christmas shopping, didn't you?
I am mostly done. You're like, oh, you're one of those people, right? They're making it worse for everybody else. But there was a couple of things that I had wanted to get friends. And I remember seeing on like those two items, like it could be, you could buy them, but they kept saying 1 to 2 months to ship them.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, why don't I just go ahead and get everything? I haven't
That
wrapped
makes
it.
sense.
And I still need a few people, a few family members. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty good.
Well, I was going to say that you could maybe pick up some of these, but instead, what about adding these to your Christmas list from the Neiman Marcus Christmas collection?
Yeah, I don't
They
normally,
put out their catalog.
Normally we don't buy from a collection, but let's just take a look-see and see.
Yeah, let's see. How about the Vista Alegre personalized dinnerware and Portugal trip?
So you get plates and a trip?
Yeah, personalized plates.
Oh, how much is that?
$80,000.
You're paying for the trip, aren't you?
Well,
Do I make the
I don't know.
plates?
It's Vista Alegre. Come on.
You never heard of it.
I don't know what that is, but that's because I'm not as well to do as you are.
You're so-
with your Vista Alegre dinnerware.
Listen, I know it's bad for the environment, but I just don't want to. I a lot of times use paper plates. So I don't need no $80,000 trip for plates.
Is it because you don't want to do the dishes?
I don't want to do the dishes.
Yeah, dishes are not a lot of fun. How about this? The Mughal Heart Diamond.
Ooh, diamond.
Do you think I'm saying that right? Mughal?
I'm not sure.
Mughal?
It's so expensive
Yeah.
that we've never even heard the name. But a heart diamond is cute, just like I get heart pizzas at Valentine's Day.
All right, then
Wow.
perfect.
How much is this one?
$6.1 million.
Oh, it's a little out of the budget
Yep.
for the Christmas time that
no,
I made.
No, you can't put a price on your happiness,
You
Nikki.
can.
On the smile, you can't put a price on the smile that we would see on your face
If
you got this for Christmas.
It'd have to be a gift for myself. I'm not giving a $6 million.
No, I'm saying you put this on your Christmas list.
Oh, someone
you
can buy it
send
for
this
me?
out, yeah.
No.
Come on.
That's a lot.
I think you here's what you do. You put stuff like this on your Christmas list. You set the bar really high, and then people will spend more on you than they were initially intending.
Sure.
Even if it's not as much as this stuff.
I only do an Amazon wish list for
Yeah.
people, and that's not an option.
Would you like to do the ultimate renewable luxury experience? It's only $345,000.
What company is that?
Fashion File.
Oh, this looks not like my world.
No, it's not.
No,
Oh,
I feel like we'd have to dress
perfect.
up to do any of
I've
this.
got this. The Roaring Twenties party at the Apollo.
Oh, no. No, thanks.
$395,000. You have a whole party.
No, yeah.
Relive the Roaring Twenties. We're in the Roaring Twenties, but this is the original Roaring Twenties.
You can do a winter magic skiing trip with
Lindsey
Vaughn.
No, thank you.
$235,000.
Although I do like skiing, but I'll just go with nobody or with my wife or whatever. It'd be a lot more fun.
Well, I guess you could probably learn to ski from
No,
the
I don't want
best.
to learn from her.
But I think if you're listening and you're like, well, you're a part of my friends and family for the gift. I really do like gift cards. I know people shoot that one down. You want to try to find me something that means more.
Yeah.
Nothing means more to
Then
me
a gift card.
than a gift card card. I'll take that any day. I'll take a $6 million gift card.
People just, they don't get it. They always want to try to find something thoughtful, and it's like,
that is thoughtful.
It is thoughtful. If you pick out a gift card, you're thinking of me and what I want.
I can buy then whatever I want without you knowing or having any hassle with it.
And nobody knows what I want as well as I do. So stop trying to get inside my head and pick out stuff for me. I just want a gift card.
Why pay for so many streaming services that you don't really care about when you can not really care about the Riot for free? RadioU.
If you're a remote worker, you're working from home, and you get sick, do you call in sick and still take the day off work?
No chance.
They would never know.
No chance.
What do you mean?
Well,
if you're working remotely, you aren't doing anything anyway. So let alone, you don't need to call off sick. I know anybody who's working remotely and says they do work. I know you think you do, but literally no one who's working remotely does anything.
What if you were sick on the Friday for the 30 minutes that you're trying to get the whole week of work in, and you are legitimately sick?
Oh, so you're saying I'll just get paid anyways.
Yeah, you're just sitting there on your couch anyway, watching TV
doing
in between
about
doing
the
work.
same thing. So why would I call in? Okay, but what if it's your sick day? Like you can use a sick day, you still get paid, and you don't have to. You get out of the meetings and whatever.
I guess you're right. It does depend on the day.
Because I have a survey here. Conducted by TheraFlu. Well, on behalf of TheraFlu.
Anytime I have the flu,
Yeah,
I trust
TheraFlu.
I go right to TheraFlu.
They commissioned one poll to do this survey, and what they found, and one of the questions was, do you, if you're a remote worker, feel bad about calling out for work if you're already a remote worker? And 58% of Americans said yes, that they would feel bad or they would not call out sick unless their symptoms were so severe they could not get out of bed.
So basically they're saying now a lot of people feel bad if you are sick with something and it's not COVID. You go to the doctor and they're like, well, if it's not COVID, you just can't get anything fixed. So if you don't have COVID and you're just sick, though, in the past you would have taken the day off. But now if you're working at home especially and it's not COVID, you can feel guilty about that.
As you should,
extra pressure. No. Do you feel guilty or do you just want to get paid?
Remind me to never let you work remotely.
I am not a person who calls in sick unless I'm feeling really bad. But the only reason that I would call in sick is because when you're in an atmosphere, actually in a building that's outside of your house, you're going to feel way worse. But if I'm in my home, then I'm going to feel 10 times better than I am if I'm actually in a building that's not my home.
Sure.
I'll be able to power through at home. Even if I feel bad, I would still 100% work through it.
I think I'm the reverse. I have been times where I felt pretty bad at home, but my work ethic won't let me stop coming to work. And once you get to work, you start feeling better. I don't know if it's the adrenaline, your adrenaline kicks in or whatever. So if you're sitting around at home the whole time, I don't think that you would pick up and you'd get that burst of whatever you need to make you feel better enough, good enough to get your work done.
Well, Alex texted in, said I'm a remote teacher, so I have to be live a couple times during the day. But I wouldn't take sick time unless I was near death.
Wow.
So just not taking it.
You power through. You can just have an unproductive day and just power through.
I don't know. I'm of two minds because I do have a lot of work ethic to where when I'm on the verge, I never call in sick. I've never used a full sick day at RadioU. However, I wish that I would get sick more often so that I could take days off. I would love.
Don't say that.
I'd love to be at home
to take some time off and get paid to just lie around at home. But it never happens, and I can't call out sick when I'm not actually sick. Sometimes my wife encourages me to. I'll throw her under the bus. She's like, "How come you never take a sick day? Just call in. They won't know." And I'm like, "Because I'm not sick. I can't do that."
You can't lie.
I know the one time that I do call in sick and it was fake, then I would later on in the year regret it because I'd be out of sick days and I'd actually get sick.
They say that it's sad because it shows that a lot of us are avoiding taking time that your body needs to rest and recover when you're sick.
That's what I'm saying.
If you are sick, they say, please take the time off. But you might still feel bad about it.
Yes. I that's where I'm thinking. It's like if like Alex said, you're going to push yourself even if you're all the way up to near death because it's just like I have no excuse. I'm not contagious because I'm at home and stuff, but Yeah, man, if you're sick, you gotta get
Just
rest.
lay around.
You
Lay on the
gotta
bed.
get your rest.
Okay.
More than you already are if you're a remote worker. I know you're laying on the couch anyway, but it'd be better if you didn't have things to think about. I like
Coming
it.
from the guy wearing a blanket.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you know, I come in every day. Like I said, I power through. I think you
bring
guys can too.
You bring your bed with you.
Yeah, I have my bed
You might
here.
as well be working from
But
home.
I'm here though. I'm not sick, you know? If I was sick, I would still come into my blanket. I'd look the same.
If they keep talking long enough, they're bound to say something that you agree with. The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Of course, we've seen over the last year or so a lot of places offering that basically come live here because you can live anywhere, so why not live here, and we'll give you a good reason to do so.
So if you work remotely and you used to work in, like, say, a city that was super expensive, you could move to a different state, save so much money.
Yeah, cost of living's lower,
Yeah.
taxes are lower, stuff like that. Maybe even you'll get a really good deal on a house or something like that if you move. And so one such town is Greensburg, Indiana. It is a bit southeast of Indianapolis, and they have an interesting incentive they are offering people to try to convince remote workers to come there.
What are they doing?
They are offering volunteer grandparents for families that move
To the area?
to the area. Now, they're really, it's for the first 5 new residents of Greensburg, Indiana that moved under this program, their remote worker program. And they will give you, they have 5 sets of grandparents that have volunteered to be your stand-in grandparents if you're moving away from where the rest of your family is.
Oh, and so then you have someone there.
They're really focusing on watching your kids if you need a babysitter. And also they said the grandparents will be your children's grandparents at school on Grandparents' Day if they need that.
So basically,
which is pretty cute.
Grandparents on demand.
Yeah.
It'll be for 6 to 12 months for the program. Man, that'd be awesome, even if you were just on your own. And you wanted to just have like a family member stand in.
Yeah, because it says it's for watching kids, but what if you just
Or
need
just giant kids,
grandparents
that's fine.
we just need somebody to bake us cookies.
I know, just to pick us up and, maybe take us to lunch one day.
Yeah.
My grandma used to always do that.
And feel bad about not writing them a letter or giving them a call. We need that wherever you live. And you know what? I live far, far away from my grandparents. I wouldn't mind a stand-in grandparent every once in a while.
Every
to
so
take you to
often.
lunch,
Yes.
which sounds pretty nice.
And what was always nice? They would always buy you lunch.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yep, 100%.
My grandma would pick me up from school sometimes and then take me to lunch and then say, how about we not go back? And then just take me home or we would go like
nice.
shopping for a toy or something. So I wouldn't mind that nowadays.
My grandmother, she's dead now, but she used to give us, she would buy us Tim Hortons coffee. She's Canadian. She would buy us Tim Hortons coffee and hockey cards and scratch-off lottery tickets.
No way.
Yeah. She bought us lottery tickets from when we were so young.
Oh my, did you ever win anything?
Yeah, I think I was the biggest winner of the family once, and it's not saying much because it was like $60.
Oh, that was it?
But I remember I won 60, and that was like huge for us. And
what you don't know,
compared to what you would normally win on those, and so it's like, oh yeah, I'm paying for dinner.
You got something. Is what you don't know is you kept your grandmother like shackled to the chains of gambling.
Yeah, right.
Because she'd buy her
what?
own scratchers.
She was trying to give the shackles to us, is what I think she was
trying
doing.
to pass it on.
Yeah.
You were just the excuse, so she'd go buy them.
Yeah.
And she'd buy
Yes.
them for herself
You're
and
right.
one for Hudson.
Yep, and now look where she is.
I don't think that.
It's not related.
It didn't
was
relate
cancer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so.
Aww. Oh, now I miss. My grandma's not here either. And we really wouldn't mind a renting or a free grandparent service.
I bet you they're, I saw this story, and the sad part of me was like, I bet you could have a grandparent stand-in any city. It's just you have to make the effort. Go to like a senior citizens home or whatever. I don't know if they let you visit now, especially if you're not related to anybody. But I actually
COVID,
before they would let you. I mean, you could just go and visit with people, and they loved it.
Wow.
At least some of them did.
At first, I thought it was silly, and then the more you realize you miss your grandparents, then you're like, well, that's not such a bad idea.
Wouldn't be
if you
so
want
bad.
to move to Greensburg, Indiana, they're offering a free grandparent stand-in for 6 to 12 months if you're moving there.
And maybe after the show, we write a letter to somebody. like my living grandma.
Yes, you should not forget about her.
Although I did just talk to her for my birthday, but that was a couple weeks ago, so I better get back on it.
That's right.
It's been a while.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
With tall buildings, have you ever seen like the list of the biggest skyscrapers?
Yeah.
They're all mostly in China, and we think we have big buildings here. If you go to a few are in China, a lot are in the Middle East, like Abu Dhabi, where they just love building the tall buildings there.
I remember the one that was in the Mission Impossible movie.
Oh yeah,
like that's it.
I always think when they make like a new tallest building, if the person who designed the old tallest building gets all upset, And
I also sometimes wonder, because I feel like they just add towers on the top.
You think?
So they get it to a certain point and they're like, well, let's throw in a couple antennas and a tower. And then it's not like usable space.
Yeah.
But it makes it become
just
the biggest.
so that it's the tallest.
Yeah,
just to extend it. We're making a tall building anyways.
Just
might as well set a record with it.
It's decoration.
Yeah, but anybody who at one time designs the tallest skyscraper and then it gets taken away from him, I feel like it has to be like
He's
upsetting
mad.
to him. And, it gets me thinking, what about the people that like they design a skyscraper, and there's a lot of them, they design it and it never comes to be. It never works out. And it's like all this time and effort put in. And, okay, walk with me here. But I feel like that really connects to how we live our lives, where each of us are building a skyscraper. We're trying to make it as tall as we possibly can, and that's what we'll be known for. That in our life, we're just trying to build something up and up and up and up and accumulate as many accomplishments and stuff.
Add a few towers.
And you really want your name on the tower, like so everybody knows it's not just a tower that's the tallest. It's like a really tall tower, and it's got you written all over it, like your personality, your own style. It's all over it. And then sometimes, like, in life, things don't go right and your tower comes crumbling down. Maybe it never even really gets built up that much anyways. And it feels like, well, that was a big waste. But here's what I want to let you know. That as you go through life and you're thinking you have to do all this stuff to make your life meaningful, that you have to build your proverbial tower to make your life meaningful, you don't. You don't have to build anything. Your life is meaningful no matter what you accomplish. And I think we forget about that a lot of the time. We're trying to find ways to make our life worth something, trying to accomplish all this stuff, trying to get all this stuff done, to earn all these titles or gain a bunch of followers or whatever it may be to make our life meaningful. And the truth is, it's already meaningful just the way it is because God says so. Jesus sees your life and it is important to him. Just you being alive and going through life, that makes your life important to God. He sees you, he loves you, he cares about you, and it's not just like, oh, he's up there watching and he thinks it's important. It's so important to him that he wants to be involved in it, that he wants to go through your life every day with you to help you through life, to help you on the days that suck and to help you on the days that are great. God wants to be there for you through all of it. Your life is important and God sees that and he's going to let you know it. You start talking to Jesus and he is going to show that to you, that you are important. So if you want to know more about that, start talking to God and also check out RadioU.com/free gift. It's a great place to start.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.